You're watching Escape Adulthood Live, your number one source for long-lasting, fast-acting, physician-approved adultitis relief.
On this episode, we're talking about Mexican traditions, naming our home, and easy ways to make your life more fun.
All right, hello. Good afternoon. Greetings and salutations. It's been one of those days. This episode is brought to you by people like Julie Brown, Matt LaFleur, and Ashley Adkins. Their membership in the Wonder and Whimsy Society supports us in this mission to fight adultitis. Thank you, guys.
Yes, if you'd like to annihilate the adultitis in your life, learn more about the Wonder and Whimsy Society, or be the first to know about our newest offerings, become an insider at escapeadulthood.com/subscribe. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yes, it is great to be back after another week after the summit. We're now a week out.
There were some momentum is, I'm still feeling it. Yes. There was a little bit of a low at the beginning.
It feels like everyone got hit with the big steaming pile of adultitis upon returning.
It's like an amusement park, guys. But I'm loving hearing what you guys have been up to this summer. And who said, Jody, did you say you
I'm jealous of this one. Pulled up basket full of crab from the ocean. And the escape summit.
Would have liked to have joined you on that adventure.
Yes. I was there for the second part, but that first one, yeah.
Right? And a special hello to Jennifer Tackett, who made it tonight. You're going through, she's out of power, and long story, but we're so glad.
Is she a transformer? Is she
are you a transformer?
Is she Optimus Prime?
That would be awesome, Jennifer. So we're so glad you're here to just uplift our spirits a little bit tonight,
yes,
right?
We're glad all of you are here. We got a full house of Adultitis Fighters.
Yes,
it is a pleasure to be with you tonight, and we got a packed show, so we need to get into it, don't we?
And we kind of have a fun little surprise.
We do have a little surprise, but we're gonna move things around in our show. Those of you who are regulars, brace yourself, because we're doing things a little bit differently.
Heck yes, I did.
All right, we're kicking things off with the meme of the week. There are people going back to school.
Which I'm seeing school pictures.
This is
happening.
This is parents preparing for the new school year. I have no idea what's going on.
We used the same one last year.
Did we?
Yeah.
Well, it's even more appropriate because, again, with all the mask mandates and
but they're
what's
changing
going
things
on,
by the second, right?
It's a little bit of a disaster for everybody. So wishing everyone well. In that regard, man, it's even just the opening question today of what did you do this summer? Like, I'm like, no, it's not over yet.
I mean,
it's not
we're
over
just
yet.
Kind of hitting the hot humid right here in Wisconsin right now, so it doesn't feel like that.
I still got plenty of summer left in me. All right, that's all I got to say about that. But yeah, we here in Wisconsin they don't go back for several more weeks, but still it's happening. And we're just gonna like la 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 la. Summer's not over, but I think we have some special guests here with us tonight because, as you may or may not know, we have opened the doors to the Wonder and Whimsy Society. It is a secret society adultitis does not want you to know about. So if power goes out in your neck of the woods right now, it's because of adultitis. And we are only opening this. There's only around 11 days left, and then it's going to be closed for another year. So we always like to let people know what it's about because it's our premium treatment plan for adultitis. It's a community. It's like a gym membership for your soul.
I like that.
You get cool stuff in the mail. But rather than have us blab on about
you said something though that I think
I did say something.
You said something there. You said
it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, let's just settle down here. You said something about we won't open the doors for a year, and I'm hearing people say, I can hear them whisper in their heads, wait a minute, I thought you guys opened every 6 months. And we did, but not anymore because of adultitis.
That's how much we love promotion and sales.
We want to just play with the people in the group. So we don't want to keep opening doors every 6 months. So it's going to go to yearly. This is a new new change in the timing of that. So
yeah, and I joke about not liking marketing and sales. Like, it's part of the job. It's part of being in business. And if we didn't believe in it, we wouldn't talk about it. We wouldn't be doing it. I think
like a Linda Wheeler's comment.
Just say
Monkey socks.
Yes.
I know.
Well, stay tuned on that. But one of the things that was cool about the Escape Adulthood Summit was seeing there were people that were meeting for the first time who actually became friends through the Wonder and Whimsy Society.
Yes.
And that just got me so excited about this is a legit thing. And so we wanted to bring on, rather than have us blab about it, we wanted to bring on a couple special guests. So should we do that?
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right. We have with us today Kelsey Schneider, Wonder and Whimsy Society member number 33.
Woohoo!
And Nick Wesson, one of our most recent ones, member number 151. He probably didn't even know that because he doesn't even have his member badge yet. But
soon you will have your badge that says that.
Thank you both for joining us tonight. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me. And nice to see Nick again.
Yeah, definitely excited. Trying to stay cool. We still have 3 more months of summer left down here.
True, down in Texas.
Down in Texas, yes. We've got Texas and Michigan in the house tonight. Let's see. Kelsey, let's start out with you. We'll do ladies first. Here's what I would love to hear from you. And we did not rehearse this, so I hope your answer is a good one. Not in terms of well rehearsed, but just I hope you're Wonder Whimsy's lame. I hate it. So I have no idea what you'll say, but I would love to know, what is your favorite part about being a member? You've been a member now for a year, just about. What has been your favorite part so far, and what's something that's different or better about your life since you've become a member?
So I don't like any of it.
Okay, thank you. Nick, on to you.
No, that's really hard to choose just one thing that I really love about it. I originally joined kind of doing it just so I could do something with my sister, and it's turned into something way better. The way she hooked me into joining was the coded cards every month. Because I knew I would get mail every month, and who doesn't love to get that? But it has turned into so much more over this year, just like you just talked about, meeting people for the first time at Summit that I've been communicating with for this whole year, and having a community of cheerleaders that you can always go to when you're having a bad day, because they're truly people who want to find the joy. And it's not just all the adultitis people who are just stuck in their adultitis that don't want out. You have this community to just bounce things off of and just have a good laugh or a good cry or whatever you need in just a community. Between that and the masterminds that we have once a month, I don't get a chance to join all of them because I have 2 small kids. But when I do read the recaps or I watch the replays or can jump on one, they give me such great little nuggets to input into my daily life. And I feel like I'm a better parent for it. I'm a better person. I'm finding who I am again at 32 years old. And it's just been absolutely amazing.
That's awesome to hear. It's
that.
very sweet. Yes.
Yeah. I love how you said at first it was something to do with Rachel. So there is a lot of this partnership mentality, whether it's spouses or friends, and we kind of saw that as things came in. But it is neat to see how it's kind of taken its own life for you on your own journey, right?
Well, we've got a little comment here from
this is
Brian Crimmins. That's my baby girl. And Brian also now is a brand new Wonder and Whimsy Society member. So we've got the whole clan involved. And maybe next...
You didn't know that? Yeah.
No, yeah. Both of your parents are in. And maybe next year we'll have him on, and he'll be like, well, the only reason I came in is because of my daughters. But now what's so great about it is this, right? So we hope so. Yeah, I love that. Okay, Nick, so you're coming at it from a different place because you're literally brand new. You haven't gotten anything in the mail yet. We're just starting this. We opened the doors a day early for people who were at the Escape Adulthood Summit, and you were literally the first one to be like, I'm in. I want to be a part of that. what was it that made you want to take the jump? Because frankly, there's a lot of people watching who are in your boat. They're like, I'm not a member. Why should I join? What was it for you that like you're like, I want to give this a whirl?
Well, first of all, when talked about escaping ourselves from taking things too seriously, I'm going, seriousness and me, we don't mix in the first place. So this is my kind of people. It's definitely a group that I want to get plugged in with. And just getting to meet everybody, how welcoming the group was, for our whole crew that traveled up for the summit, just to kind of come in, not knowing anybody, and how quickly we were able to branch out and just meet a group of people that were just so excited to find ways to just enjoy life, just to not let the day in, day out of being an adult, drag them down. So just hearing that and experiencing that, and then when it was opened up, I was like, I can't pass this up. It's time to jump on it. So.
Awesome.
And plus, getting stuff in the mail is always a treat. So,
yeah, we love that. That's one of the things for people who don't know. Once a quarter, every month we send the secret mission postcards that Kelsey talked about that have a scrambled message that you can't read without the special code. And then once
secret society, for goodness sakes.
Once a quarter, we send out a red mailing of some sort, a mystery mailing, and it has all kinds of cool goodies and.
That's one of our favorite
What
parts.
It reminds me of, it's sort of
plan that.
It's like a time capsule from your childhood you to your present you. Is that a good way to put it? And it's almost like a little. Yeah. We try to like make it a little surprise.
Like one of the things we had last month, we had a whole circus theme, which you may have picked up on if you were watching our show, because we had a circus raffle, and we had these little circus pencils. And you remember these pencils where you put the leads and they go, and then when it gets kind of like dull, you can put the new lead through it. I don't know why, but I love that kind of thing. So I'm a geek on stuff like that. So we try to find some retro stuff that maybe you haven't played with in a while.
Well, we did Shrinky Dinks. That was a popular thing that people
and
had
monkey
done a while.
socks, which as Linda Wheeler was talking about, Jason designed monkey socks, his monkey artwork.
Nick, what is something that you're hoping to get, like if it's a year from now? What's something you're like, this was worth it. This is what I got out. This is what I want to get out of this. Hopefully.
Just excitement, just being able to some new experiences, and also, knowing that I'm getting that outlet not to be just tied down from, the everyday work life, getting a break, and also an excuse to continue not to be serious. I know that's probably going to drive my wife up the wall because she loves for me to not kid around all the time. But I'm just a kid at heart, and I'm always cutting up. So, I'm looking forward to having an excuse to continue to act that way.
Permission, right? Permission. Love it. Okay, well, before we let you go, do either of you have? I guess Kelsey, I wanted to ask you: do you have any advice for someone who is maybe on the fence? Like they're like, because this is not an inexpensive commitment to do something like this. What advice would you have for people who are like, I'm not sure?
Honestly, I was worried about the financial aspect of it at first. And after the first quarterly mailing that you get all the time capsule in a box, that's a perfect way to describe it. And then after being able to plug into a community that's not on social media where you're getting dragged down and all of that, like stuff you really don't want to see, but you're kind of stuck in that doom scroll. Once you plug into the Winder and Whimsy Society and our own secret page, you kind of lose all that negativity, and it just brings you constant joy, and you can just jump on and read it and have that community. So if you're looking for community with fun and not to take yourself so seriously, like Nick said, we're still adults, but we can have fun too, just like kids. So I would say do it. And if you are worried about not finding that community, reach out to me personally. I'd happily talk to you and be there for you if you need it.
Super cool. Yeah, I love hearing adults who have kids who have said, like, when the red box comes in the mail, I tell my kids, that's mine. Get away. That is mine. That's not for you. So
I don't let my kids touch it until I'm like fully done with it, and then I let them have it again. They just got my whoopee cushion from last October.
Because they will break it, right? I mean, let's be honest. Like,
yeah. Nick, did you have anything from the Escape Adulthood Summit, like a certain takeaway that you would mind sharing? Was there anything that was like that I'm still thinking about that? It's been a week now.
Yeah, just hearing y'all share about the hike, to the pillbox, and just taking one step at a time, and also remembering to look back at where we're going and taking breaks, because we're actually in the process of selling our house, and that's a process. So it's been good for this past week, taking some time to be a little nostalgic about, oh, hey, I remember when we got this, as we're packing and doing, and kind of reminiscing a little bit. So it definitely an eye-opener.
That, like, appreciating the view, right? At this
Yes.
moment of how far you've come and all that. Very cool. Very cool. Well, thank you both so much for taking the time. This was a fairly last-minute thing, so we appreciate you guys jumping on and sharing your experience. It means a lot to us, and hopefully it's been helpful to people watching.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. We appreciate both of you.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Well, that was pretty rad.
Great. I mean, that gives you a taste of the people. And I think that's the thing that most people who experience the summit, that is the surprise that most people are like, 2 hours in and they're like, oh, I came for this reason or that reason. I had no idea that the people are what this is all about.
That's the magic. It really is.
So that's kind of what we kind of capture here in Wonder and Whimsy. So feel free to reach out to either of us with questions. I don't know if you could throw our email up there, or maybe Jenna could put it in the comments, kj@escapeadulthood.com. But really, this is only open for another 11 days. So we hope that you jump on any kind of question or thought that you might have. Please follow those, and we'll be happy to answer anything you have about it.
Absolutely. You can learn more at wonderandwhimsy.fun.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Does your home have a name? There are so many things to love about Mexico, from the culture to the bright colors and the delicious food. Well, we've been to Mexico twice as a family, Tulum and Cabo, and we were delighted to discover that many of the homes had signs denoting their name. It's a charming little detail we liked very much. And so when we bought our new home, we decided ours needed a name too. So we settled on Casa de Whimsy. And just as when you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk, if you give your house a name, you're going to need a sign to go with it. Ours hangs proudly near our front door, lovingly assembled with knickknacks foraged from a secondhand art supply store in town. It gives visitors a pretty good idea of what they'll encounter inside. The word whimsy represents our family pretty well. We don't take ourselves seriously, we love color, we regularly partake in kitchen dance parties, embark on epic pajama runs, and hold barbarian spaghetti dinners. And as far as decor goes, it is basically an art gallery specializing in whimsy. Clearly, our home is appropriately named, but why is whimsy so important to us? Although often viewed as superfluous, whimsy is a spark of delight with the supernatural power to uplift the human spirit. Whimsy can fill a heart with happiness and a head with new ideas. It brings a playful unpredictability to our days. It puts the heavy things we carry in perspective. The delicious ridiculousness of whimsy helps lighten our loads and brings joy to others. Casa de Whimsy is not just a description of our home, it's an aspiration too. Every time we walk through the front door, we're reminded to have fun, take ourselves lightly, and celebrate this gift of life. It gives us permission to live playfully. And now more than ever, the world feels dark and cumbersome. We need more wonder and more whimsy, not because we are in danger of forgetting the terrible stuff, but because the terrible stuff weighs so heavily on us. There's a lot of value in naming your home. What would yours be named?
One of my favorite things about our new place is the sign, I have to say. So I tasked Jason with putting together something that would say Casa de Whimsy that night. We'd gotten that little wood tree,
it was a honeydew list
cookie. Oh, you hate those.
I do.
He hates those. I don't know how badly most husbands hate them, but he hates them times 1,000. And it sat there for a while. But the fact that we've only been here 6 months.
No, it was a good idea. It was just, it can be a long honeydew list. That's all.
Yes. Well, and sometimes creative projects are tricky when they're on a time frame.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, that's fun to.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We recently have gotten a new family vehicle too, and Whimsy is part of the license plate for that as well, which is kind of fun. But yeah, it's become a thing that we really resonate with, and it really is true. It's a reminder, much like many of the things I share when I'm on a stage speaking for a presentation. The things I'm sharing are just as much reminders to the audience, to me, as they are to the audience. And this is another example of that, of like not taking yourself too seriously.
By the way, we've got some people sharing kind of what their houses would be named, which is kind of cool. So
what do we got? Corey, ours is the Killarney Castle.
Aw,
like
that's cool. I love it.
Dog Paradise.
I love it, Meg.
What else we got? Our cabin came with a name, Camp Birch Bear.
Ooh,
wow.
That's neat, Brenda.
Nice. Our land is called Burdock Meadows.
Aww.
Lots and lots of burdocks. I don't know what
burdock?
burdocks are.
At first
That's
I thought it was a name of a last name, but then she didn't capitalize it. Little Inspector
I wonder if it's like
here.
birds. I'm sure we'll get the answer
Tell
to that
us,
pretty
Tracy.
soon.
We want to know more about that.
Let's see what else. What we got, Paul saying, kid you not, Peter from the Gatekeepers, a maintenance company, said our house reminded him of Eden. So,
oh, wow.
So yeah, I don't know what's more interesting, that it's their house is Eden, or there's Peter from the Gatekeepers. It's very interesting, right? Let's see what else we got. Inspiration to rename ours from Schneider Farm to something more whimsical.
Right?
There you go, Kelsey.
It's something that fits you guys, right?
Yes.
And of course, Nick moving to a new house, there's an opportunity there of like, what's this new vibe of this new place?
Yes. What is our identity? What is our identity? We got L. My husband call our property the Meadows, but I say Cherry Corner.
Ooh.
But when we get a house, then maybe a sign will appear.
Ooh, right?
Sounds like fun.
It is fun to label it.
Okay, well, we have some more, this idea. Oh, here we go. I was waiting for this.
Here we go, burdocks.
Burdocks are those prickly things that stick to your clothes.
Oh,
those things.
Yes.
Interesting. Not quite as
is that just
happy
a Wisconsin
and whimsical
thing?
as
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Ooh, look at Kara's Schneider Shenanigans.
And we got Palace of the Cats. So
Helen.
we've got the
I thought you'd go something with your garden.
the Dog Paradise and
Right?
then Palace of the Cats.
I love it.
If those were next door neighbors, that would really be something.
You're a little tricky.
Well, naming your home is just one way to interject some playfulness in your life. But I'm wondering if anyone here would like some more ideas on how easily make your life more fun, more playful. Do you think
if you know
would be a cool
anybody
thing?
who would also like easy ways to have more fun, send it out there and let's see what happens.
All right, we have 5 ways to integrate playfulness.
Is this familiar to anyone?
Number 1, name your stuff. Especially your expensive stuff, like your house or your car.
Joey Guacamole.
This is Joey Guacamole. I had the privilege of
you got to ride.
being escorted
I'm so jealous.
in Joey Guacamole.
You got to ride in Joey Guacamole, and I didn't.
But I feel like when you're a teenager, you name your car. That's
it's a beater.
It's you kind of inject something fun to it. But I think that's something that
we had names for all of our cars.
We name our computers.
Yes,
I mean, we had. Remember,
don't most people have to though? Because we name them so that we can identify them in the system.
I think most people just say John's.
Really?
MacBook
they don't give it a real name?
No, I don't think so. That's why this is an easy one. Remember the old iMac that used to be with it was like the little dome shape, and it had the neck. It was almost like I think it was like a flower with a flat screen, and you could move it around. We call that one Ferris. That was one of my favorite ones.
Ferris.
To name. So name your stuff. We have a friend who names. They get a a real Christmas tree every year.
Oh yeah.
And they name it.
Doesn't Jenna do that? Sue and Jenna do that too, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of that. But Leviathan, I think, was one that
How do you remember that?
Patty did, right?
Right. That's funny.
Scooter, if you have a scooter, that just begs for a name.
Or bike.
Right?
I think bikes should have a name.
And we were talking too about pets. So we don't have any pets. But if we did, how do you not like name your pet like Mr. Fabulous or something really cool? Not just
Mrs. Prickly Face or
not
something.
Just Scruffy or Rufus or Spot.
Or here's a common one, Lucy. How many people tell us?
I know more
my
people
dog's name is
with
Lucy.
a pet named Lucy than a
my cat's
person
name
they
is
know.
Lucy. I know it's so cute. We know. But I think there is an opportunity to give your animal like a middle name or a two name or a Mr. or Mrs. There's a lot of whimsy in that.
I like Christy says that her computers are named after the Simpsons.
Ooh, that's cool.
That is
have
a cool idea.
Yeah, your dad would like that.
I need to go in a new direction because we just keep getting these MacBooks.
Meg, our neighbor, guilty. You do have a dog named Lucy. It's such a cute name. Don't get me wrong. We also were attracted to that name, but we do get that a lot, as you can imagine. Yeah.
Okay, so that's one thing. Name your stuff. Okay, that's one idea. Then here's another one. Live in your own musical. Mm-hmm. So we talk about this a lot. We have kitchen dance parties. We encourage people to do card dancing.
Yes.
Karaoke is a way to do that when you're, even if you're not, you're doing chores. Like have a special playlist that you play. We've now gotten into a habit of playing some music before the show here to get our energy up. I have a certain playlist I listen to before I go on stage. And especially what I love the idea of oldies. And the fact that oldies are relative, right? They're like, however old you are, you know? Like, the stuff I grew up thinking was oldies is ancient now. But now the stuff I'm like, oh, this is what I grew up with. My kids are like, those are oldies, So
but it's fun to introduce your kids or your grandkids or your nieces and nephews to your favorite music when you were a kid, because you get so excited about it. And of course, depending on their age, they're like, whatever, this is lame. But there are some classics that they can't deny are awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
So music is definitely a great way to bring playfulness into the things. How about decorating your digs?
Yeah, this one, I mean, honestly, if you walk in our front door, you're going to see this painting. Is Kim Stample McMillan on tonight? Yeah, you're going to see this painting, Kim. And you're going to see a lot of whimsy around our house. So in our library, we have this neat little ledge that's over the windows. I think it had to do with the curtains from the prior owners, but we turned it into a shelf for Funko Pops. Of course, and surprise. But the kids and Jason handpicked the right Funko Pops to put in there. So we've got the presidents, we've got musicians, because that's also a musical room. So we've got like Ed Sheeran and is Wayne and Garth in there? Mm-hmm. Okay, are they considered musicians?
Of course, yeah.
But that playfulness. So
the Harry Potter characters are in there, and
so kind
Dr.
of like
Seuss.
Literary characters, musical characters, historical characters, library, music room, But that kind of playfulness is our jam. Mm-hmm. But I think most people have a little bit of that to add somewhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, a lot of the art, like this one here, this Burger King one, is at first glance you might miss the little whimsy to it. Like a lot of my art, I just like to put a little bit of whimsy. Like right now I'm working on a painting of an otter. And he's got how they're like on their back and they do their shells, and he has like Rubik's Cube.
We have to do a studio sneak peek next week.
Yeah,
on that.
we should.
By the way, Julie Veet says she has a friend with a dog named Pickles.
That's a good one.
Right?
That is a good one. I was going to name my son that, but Kim vetoed that. But yeah, so I'm reminiscent of our banker friend who, in his office when he's retired now, but he had a really beautiful pastoral landscape in his office. And it was only when you looked closer at it that you saw that there was a pond with a little dock, and at the end of the dock was Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. Mm-hmm. And so it wasn't this like, Mickey Mouse poster. It was just a real subtle kind of a thing that just brings a little whimsy and playfulness into the
and we knew right away this was the banker for us.
This is the guy to work with.
Boy, was it. Yeah. By the way, they're noticing your T-shirt. A little Mexican thing there.
Someone's paying attention. Very good. Very good. How about wearing your whimsy? This is one of your favorite things. Both of us, frankly. This is our... Because
you're so serious about your wardrobe.
Yeah. Very buttoned down.
Actually, in Jason's introduction for when he goes on stage, it talks about him wearing retro T-shirts, which, by the way, is a really good excuse for him to be wearing one. So you just own
It's almost like you just say you have to.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, okay.
Fun socks, fun tie. You know, we get a lot of people who are like, oh, but I have to wear a uniform. Well, how about like those little pins, like a little, what do they call those? Enamel pins?
Yeah.
Or a button, like the Be Optimistic button that Jason's dad, Walt, wears every single day. If you see Walt anywhere, he's going to have it on. So just whatever your thing is, right? That adds that little playfulness.
Earrings, there's a way to do that.
Women have it easy, let's be honest. At the Escape Adulthood Summit, Angela was wearing glasses that were just for special occasions. And they had little rhinestones up here. They were so rad, Angela. I love them. So. And she said they're not as comfortable as her other glasses, so she only wears them in playful settings where she wants to kind of jazz it up. Yep. And I noticed them. I was like, what are these glasses? These are fabulous, right?
Yeah, I know. Let's see. Mike says we have a Harry Potter Lego shelf, and one of the things we talked about in the Wonder Whimsy workshop was he and his wife have a La Frenda.
A Frenda,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
La
Frenda?
Like LaShonda. I was thinking of Napoleon Dynamite all of a sudden.
Heck yes, I did.
That's
what I'm talking about.
And I love it because that's another Mexican tradition of recalling your past, your family's past, and memories and things like that. Which is, we finally have a shelf. Now, we had a shelf that we bought for the summit, for the stage, that now we're going to use in our house as our own ofrenda. So.
Which has been on our to-do list, Mike, ever since you and Amy shared that with all of us at that Wonder Workshop. We're like, we need an ofrenda, and we had the perfect spot for it. So thank you for that inspiration. We can't wait to fill it up.
So these socks were one of the pieces that were custom designed for the mystery mailing in July.
My legs?
They are your legs, yes. They're beautiful, beautiful legs.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
and
baby.
Jason made me stand like that. I never stand like that. He's like.
It looks more natural.
No, it doesn't. Yes, it looks. Who stands like that? He's like, lift your ankle, and then of course you're like doing it too weird, and it's like, this is so unnatural. I'm gonna fall over.
If you saw the picture that you originally had,
I'm
we'd
not
be having a whole
obviously.
different conversation.
Anyway,
we have one more. We have one more way to integrate playfulness into your life, and that's finding your tribe. Yeah. Now, we have obviously talked about the Wonder and Whimsy Society here, but the Escape Adulthood League, where you can go to is escapeadulthood.me, is completely free. And it's a social network apart from Facebook and all that other noise and negativity. And there's just something about being with people who honor you for who you are, and your weirdness and your playfulness. And sometimes you need a partner in crime. And if you don't have one in your life, that's what the Escape Adulthood League is. That's what the Wonder and Whimsy Society is for. But that is a big way to integrate playfulness, right?
Definitely. Everybody needs people in their corner. And that's what we always say to people. Like, we're in your corner. We're cheering you on. We're doing this together. Like, that's what this is all about, Charlie Brown. So yeah, definitely. Obviously, you don't have to look very far. Just go to escapeadulthood.me. And that's right there for the taking for free.
And or if you're watching this on the replay, come make a point to come live one of these. I mean, the comments are blowing by right here, and there's people talking to each other. There's conversations going on that I really kind of want to stop talking to you and just
I know.
I'm like, what's going on?
What's happening? But it's so hard not to totally be distracted by that.
Yeah.
By the way, Joy Allman, good to see you tonight, Joy. She said that the Edward Jones agents, I think she might work for Edward Jones if I'm remembering correctly, but they do a good job of wearing fun socks and that little added, especially in a corporate setting, you guys, you don't know how much people love doing business with people they like. And that was something we learned early on, which is obviously kind of easy in our business, but when we're going to an accountant, or I paid attention to our accountant socks. I did, and they were cool, and I was like, all right, this guy's kind of cool. I kind of like him, so those little things, you don't think they make a difference, but they do. They show your personality, and that makes a connection.
So there you go. There are five easy ways to bring playfulness. Name your stuff, live your own musical, decorate your digs, wear your whimsy, find your tribe. That's a Fab Five if I've ever heard one.
You hate musicals, don't you?
No, but I like to make my own up.
I'm
in my own. Yeah,
oh, like kind of a Truman Show kind of thing?
No. Just,
okay.
I don't know where we're going with this. Nothing to comment on. I like music. I don't like musicals. Is that a crime? Is that a crime?
No, I'm just saying, living your musical. Musicals versus non-musicals? All right, let's do it. Who's into musicals? I like musicals.
Anywho.
Sound of Music. We're watching Sound of Music. We stopped at the intermission and never got back to it.
Yeah. How's that working out for you?
It's a long movie, you guys.
All right. Well,
really.
Speaking of integrating more playfulness, there's another way to do that as well, and that is by picking up something to draw with and something to draw on.
Sweet.
Let's draw. Okay, you guys, I am so excited about this one tonight. There is a lot. This is one that you're going to want to draw over and over and over again. And this is one that's going to really be fun to see people's creativity with it.
Sweet.
All right, so let's start this out. And basically we're going to start with a kind of a circular shape. Doesn't have to be specifically perfect, just, roundish. As with most things, there's a little bit of quirkiness when things aren't exactly correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Perfect. And I think it looks better. Okay, so we got our little round shape, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do two kind of slanted lines down like this. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I will be shocked if there's anyone. Oh, Jody says Team Jason. I was going to say there's no way that most
Everybody
people
loves
on this
musical?
are not going to love musicals.
Nick is with you for sure, he says. Team Jason.
Oh,
thank
you, Nick. I knew I had liked him for a reason. Anywho, to each his own.
I got a lot of people to watch musicals with that.
Okay, so here we go. We got a good start here. Now at the bottom here, we're going to connect this, and we can kind of make it a little bit rounded, just like that. Okay. Now we're going to do two lines right there. And then we're going to do two more lines right there. All right. And then now in the middle of this bigger circle, we're going to draw.
Oh, this is going to give it away.
Figure it out.
Yep. People who are like microphone, a grape.
All right. Now here's one of the things I like to do when I'm drawing the Day of the Dead. That's what we're doing here. Spoiler alert. The Dia de los Muertos. Day of the Dead skull. Mm-hmm. And I like to draw one eye socket a little bit bigger than the other one. Just, again, adds a little whimsy to it. A little bit more of a, like, Pixar-y kind of a thing. Mm-hmm. So, and then I also like to put a little eye in here. And then we'll color this in.
That's cool. I still want to watch Coco all of a sudden.
I know, I love that movie. That's got to be, that could be my favorite Pixar movie.
This is actually homework, because if you haven't watched Coco, it's Pixar, right?
Yes.
If you have not watched Coco, please do that by next week. That is homework.
Please do that.
Right.
All right, so we got our eyes here, and then we're going to do the nose. And what's kind of cool about the nose is if you kind of just draw an upside down heart. Mm-hmm. All right?
Yep.
So you can kind of do it, start as an A with these little bumps at the bottom. Mm-hmm.
Cute.
And there you go. Now here's the fun part. This is where you can go any sort of direction you want to go. But just if you want to kind of a starter Day of the Dead kind of template, this is kind of fun. If we draw little bumps, petals, I guess, around the eye. That's one thing you can do.
Little bumps. Mm-hmm. Jody says great homework. Right?
Great homework.
As a teacher, I'm sure she appreciates.
I wish that was the kind of homework I would get.
Right? And then we'd have to like quiz you on it and see if you actually did it.
We were talking beforehand with Nick before we went live, and his homework right now is writing this research, basically a research paper with all of the end notes and sources, and it sounds terrible. Big heavy dose of adulting. But okay, so then what we'll do down here is I'm going to draw a little swirly, just like this.
Oh, that's cool. Mm-hmm.
See that? And again, there's no. I told Channel Bob Ross here. There's no wrong or right way to do this. It's
Jennifer
just
Jack
kind of
says
fun.
marigolds are popular with the Day of the Dead.
Yes,
right?
and I'm actually going to do this. Isn't a marigold, but it's like a little flower up at the top. So if we do a little half kind of circle oval thing like that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a couple lines there, and then I'm basically just going to draw some petals in here. As like this.
Elle said that the stores have Halloween stuff.
And that does not surprise me at all. There's a lot of little dots all over the place in these little designs. So there's one. And then cute. How about like down below, I'm going to draw like a little drop, like a droplet. See how that kind of looks like a little raindrop or something? Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to draw another one off to the side. Yeah, teardrop. And then another one off to the side, and then just draw a little circle in there.
I bet the best part is what you get to do right now.
Yeah, so the color is...
I think Paul said earlier, these are so fun to color, right? And I love Steven's comment.
What do you say?
You said something about Bob Ross, so he said, happy little dead person.
That's good.
Good one, Steven. That's good.
All right, so we're going to color in our skull here.
And now Mike Schroeder has me singing it because he said Un Poco Loco, like the song. I can hear it in my head now from Coco. So the other good one, what's the other one that we saw right around that same time frame? There were two.
Oh yeah, Book of Life.
Yes.
Book of Life is also really good.
That one has a really interesting soundtrack because they have this great kind of Mexican, big horns and guitars for modern songs. So if you just look up the soundtrack, it's definitely worth checking out. Most of the songs were pretty modern, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
It
I
was really
can't
cool.
think of them right now, but all right. So we got our basic thing here, but yeah, this is where this is going to be really fun. Is people doing
the colors,
right? And that's the thing about Mexico, man. Is it's bright and colorful. I mean, man, when we came back here. We're so boring and beige and gray. It was embarrassing.
Even the airports, you're just like, everything is so gray, beige, black, and white. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's, yeah. Oh, that's looking cool. Mm-hmm.
Any other good comments going on here?
Yeah, lots of love for these movies. Cynthia is already designing her yard for Halloween. I mean, I can get behind early Halloweening because it is a little short time frame, right? I think that tends to be one of those holidays that gets rushed. I don't know why I'm a little bit more protective of Christmas because, I don't know. It's a big debate, you guys, and we can't let adultitis get us down.
We'll have that debate another time.
You just have fun with whatever you want to have fun with, is what I think. Oh, this is looking cool. Mm-hmm.
All right, so, and then I might, maybe I'll put some more little dots around here.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, this is kind of a starter template. You get that skull, like the round, and then the face. And what I love about doing it this way is then it automatically makes the guy, he's like smiling a little bit, right? He adds that little smile, and it's pretty easy to draw. So
some good Frida Kahlo love. Too.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So there you go. There is a Dia de los Muertos skull, Day of the Dead, and cannot wait to see what you guys come up with this one. Please email us your creations at kj@escapeadulthood.com. So we've got some drawings from other people from weeks past. We've got a lot of different ones this week.
Kara, I showed Ro. Ro led Let's Draw the week of the accordion drawing while Jason was traveling, and I showed this to her, and like I thought, she was just like beaming. I'm like, Kara Tracy drew my drawing, right?
The owner of Joey Guacamole.
Kara Tracy. I mean, you're famous in our house, Kara, as cool. It should be.
Then we go back to Marty. Hildy.
I know.
Did a little Marty
levitating. He's so cute.
Love that. Good job.
I love it.
Then we got Laura. Laura contributes one of our circus monkeys. This is from show number 60. What I love about this, you know what my favorite part about this?
What?
If you look closely, this is drawn on the back of an envelope.
Oh, you always say that.
She just grabbed, I always said,
that.
it could just be the back of an envelope or a Post-it note. And she literally did that, just grabbed it, drew it. And what I don't know if I like this more, is the fact that then she sent it to us. That it wasn't like, oh, it's not that fancy, it's not on a...
Right.
It's on a... Love it. Just love it. Love everything about it.
You're rocking it.
Steven always contributes something strong.
And I got to see these in person, by the way.
His little book is a little it's like a little book of gems.
And I have no idea how small some of these are. That was a surprise, Steven, of how small you're making some of these.
It's pretty cool.
I love that reflection.
I think we got one more.
That's so good.
Yeah, Mary Beth did a pineapple as well.
So cute, Mary Beth.
And loved the whimsicaliness of this one with the different colors in the pineapple. So, well done, everyone.
Right?
And again, it doesn't matter if you have one from 20 shows ago. We want to see them.
I know.
And we might throw it up. So.
And every once in a while, one gets buried in our inboxes. And we're like, oh yeah, that one.
We get a lot we have way more than we get that we can share. So sometimes we dig some back from the archives and stuff. So
very cool, you guys.
Thank you for playing along. If you drew something and want to share it with us, might end up here on Escape Adulthood Live. Send it to kj@escapeadulthood.com.
How are we at this part of the show already?
I don't know, but
flew.
If you stuck around this long, or if you just got lucky and joined us right this minute, this is the part where we give something away. This only happens to the people who join us live. We love those of you who watch the replay. We know not everyone can watch it live. But we do have these little special treats for the people who watch us live.
It's pretty fun to have you guys interacting with us throughout the show. So we appreciate you showing up on a Wednesday night. There's other TV. I know you have Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime. What else is there? Cable? Does anyone even have cable anymore?
We do.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
For sports.
Gross.
Anywho, let's do the giveaway.
Does anyone here like sports? Anyone?
I'm going to get creamed.
Okay,
man.
So we talked about the value of naming your humble abode and got some really fun names, either potential names or actual names of your own domiciles. How many more synonyms of homes can I come up with? Digs, domiciles, abode, crib. I was going to use that earlier.
Was this MTV?
Crib, MTV Cribs. Okay.
Domiciles. I am not sure about that word.
Do you not think that's a word?
It sounds.
Is that a word or not? It's a word. Hacienda. Yes.
Domiciles. House of Horrors.
Okay, so they're answering the question. This is the question. What would definitely not be a name someone should give their home?
Ooh,
I feel like that was a poor choice.
Unwelcome.
Here we go. Let's start this. House of Horrors.
I like that. Mm-hmm.
Casa de Boring.
Welcome, right?
How about the Nickel and Dime Shack?
Ooh, that's good, Sharon.
Casa de Poo Poo Platter. We had to take things into the weeds for this.
I love it, Jennifer. I love it.
The one where they all die.
Oh, dark. Helen.
How about Casa Oh No? Kim says Team Kim again, and I don't even know what it's referring to.
I think it came in after.
I know Kim is smart enough to know that domicile is a word, so I don't think that was what she was referring to.
She's definitely smart enough to know that.
Yes. Helen Ramshackle Abode.
Ramshackle.
Oh, here you go. Shrieking Shack.
Ooh.
Good Harry Potter reference there.
Harry Potter.
Unwelcome.
And you just have it on the front, right by your numbers, right?
Shamble Shack.
I love it.
That's a good
Shamble.
one. I like that.
Ooh, that's a fun word.
Lizzie Borden's Place.
Who's Lizzie Borden?
I don't know, but I think that's a reference
Help us, Mary Beth.
It's a reference to a movie, I believe.
I bet it's a character.
Yes.
I had to guess. Help us out in the comments. Yeah.
Got that one already.
Shrieking
Domicile
Shack.
is a word. Thank you for the confirmation, Steve. Appreciate that.
I don't think I doubted it was a word. I just don't have it in my vocabulary.
Suddenly, I'm really not happy with Mike, who says Soldier Field.
Oh, I just got it. I'm like, why is that bad?
Just going to move on from that one. How about the dump? This is our house. That would be funny to see a sign, the dump.
The dump.
And the P is like falling off. It's just like
you know what this
reminds
down. Me of? That sign on a house a couple blocks up, and it says, "Our neighbors have better stuff."
Yeah.
Okay, what does this mean? It's like a metal sign on the front of their house, and it says, "Our neighbors have better stuff." Does it mean steal it from their house? Does it mean
we have a crappy house? Why do you want to say
it's
that?
It's a metal sign, and it's big.
It's a very weird thing.
I'm confused, but I just want to knock on their door and be like, explain this. I don't know.
So. How about the final resting place?
Ooh, creepy.
Like the abode of despair. Brian Casa.
Oh, ew. I can smell it. That's good, Brian. Yeah.
Did I do this one? The Deadly Den? The Deadly Den?
I don't know, but that's good too, Tracy. I want to know how it
How about this one, Kim? The Outhouse.
Ooh, that's good.
Then there's Murder House. Yeah.
Christy,
it's a quaint bed and breakfast.
Christy and Helen live up in Minnesota, like a half hour from each other. They're early childhood teachers. They are dark senses of humor.
They are.
Because us early childhood, you got to get your joke somewhere, right?
The commode abode.
Oh,
says Bill. Ellen didn't want to take credit for that, or Bill just wanted credit for that.
I like the sound of that.
How about this one?
It's fun. Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Love Shack, baby. Love Shack. Love Shack.
Alcatraz.
Ooh.
There you go. Lizzie Borden murdered her family.
Oh.
That's okay.
Ooh.
It was a familiar name to me.
Helen
I didn't know the reference.
Helen knows because of her dark. Helen, I'm
Lizzie
seeing
Borden
a new side
took an
of
axe
you.
and gave her father 40 whacks.
And Christy, am I not?
Elle also has a background with children. What is with these people that work with kids?
Kill their family.
I know about the murderers.
Oh man,
good stuff. Good stuff. I'm glad we can always count on you guys to fill in the gaps.
I love how you said something about murders, and then you're like, good stuff. Good stuff.
Here we go. Jane coming in. The homicidal domicile.
Nice.
Like that. Might need to switch that.
Yeah.
Things go off the rails. Casa de Whimsy. We got to back up. Really good. Really good, guys.
We got another Harry Potter.
We are going to, Azkaban.
Nice. That's
I almost like that one.
I know.
Cool.
That'd be a good computer name.
Ooh,
yeah.
Cool.
See?
That'd be the good name of a, I don't know. I was going to say like a hard drive, and then that was kind of lame in my head. It sounded really good in my head. No. It must be towards the end of the show, I'm guessing.
We're gonna pick
a winner. Give one of those away.
Yep.
By the way, last week's winner was Ellen Fallsgraf.
Yes, Ellen.
Congratulations. We forget. Sometimes we forget to mention that. Okay, but here's what you need to know. Next week, I'm so excited about next week. Next week we have.
This is a big deal.
Should we even? I don't know. We're not gonna say who it is yet, but we have a Hall of Fame speaker. This guy. I can't believe he agreed to say yes to be on our show, to be honest with you. Super cool. It's going to be so energetic next week.
I know.
I cannot. If you have a bad week, which everything is worse compared to this, right? It's all downhill from here. You are going to want to join us next Wednesday night, 7:45. It's going to be off the hook.
Yes, and I'm sure we'll do some Q&A, so being here live would be really fun. We saw this, can I give a little teaser? We saw this speaker in Vegas at the National Speakers Association, had a really good connection, and Jason sent him an invite, and he was like, let's do it. So we're like, what? That's sweet.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be pretty good. And we have another one in the wings for a couple weeks after that, which is...
Yeah. Epic.
Oh, it's going to be
some good shows coming up.
We're not worthy for this, but
that's pretty much
excited.
The reason we went to Vegas. It was worth it.
So please make a point to be there, and do not forget, the Wonder and Whimsy Society wants you to be a part of it. We have the doors open for 10 more days. Go to wonderandwhimsy.fun. If you didn't get a chance to see the beginning of this show where we had Nick and Kelsey tell you why you should be a part of this.
That was awesome.
I don't know what to say other than it's a once in a year opportunity. And if we didn't believe in it, we wouldn't be promoting it as insanely as we are. But I'm excited for all the people who are re-upping for another year. I'm excited for all the new people who are jumping on board. It's going to be off the hook. I can't even imagine what we have in store for this year. So,
and by the way, Helen said if she was wondering if Weird Al was coming to our show, that would be awesome.
No, but we'll work on that.
If anyone knows Weird Al or a cousin of Weird Al, not that we want his cousin on, but maybe
we'll have Weird Sal Yankovic.
That's our next question next week. What's the name of Weird Al's cousin?
That non-existent cousin. Okay, well, that is about
That's it, guys. This is all we got. But it was fun, and I can't wait.
It was fun. But it was fun. It was
I can't wait to see your David the sugar skulls. They call this. This was Jason's little cheat sheet, by the way. Sugar skulls. I can't wait to see them, and I'm sure there's gonna be some fun colors with those too. So definitely send those our way.
Yes, that is it for this show. Until next time, Adultitis Fighters.
Shine on, spread whimsy, be awesome.